Welcome to the YouTube TV Pre-Kick Show. The wait is almost over. 32 teams started the season with one goal in mind, and now the two best teams stand one win away from glory. Tonight, it's about a superstar who always shines the brightest on the biggest stage. A victory tonight for Patrick Mahomes places him in that rarefied air of quarterbacks with 2 Super Bowl wins. His head coach, Andy Reid, has an even more personal storyline. He goes for trophy number 2 against the franchise that gave him his first head coaching job. The Super Bowl for the Kelceys, it's a family affair. For the first time in NFL history, 2 brothers, Travis and Jason, will battle it out for sibling bragging rights. Quarterback Jalen Hurts and his head coach Nick Sirianni both came to this franchise with little fanfare, but both have done the one thing that will win over the tough city of Philadelphia: win. Can they get one more tonight? It's Super Bowl 57 on Fox, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, and here we go. Come on into the broadcast booth. We're so excited to be with you. He's Greg Olsen, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And so we get closer to kickoff here, and I think about what these players are feeling. You went through it not too long ago. Super Bowl 50 with the Panthers. Give me a little insight here.
Yeah, I think what they're thinking right now is this game ever going to get here? You know, the 2-week lead up to the Super Bowl is really unlike any really anticipated game of your entire life. And they're in there right now. These 30 minutes, they feel real. You're doing your final touches, you're taping your ankles, you're getting your wrist taped, you're in your pre-game routine, because when you run out of this tunnel, a game that you've been waiting your entire life for, it'll be here.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the first time broadcasting a Super Bowl. The routines are all gone. That's kind of how we feel too, by the way. So I love what you said to me the other day. When you look at this game in the simplest form, it's the best player in Patrick Mahomes against the best roster in the Eagles.
Yeah, and you start with the Philadelphia Eagles. This is arguably across the league regarded as the best roster top to bottom, both sides of the ball. And Jalen Hurts, only in his second year as a full-time starter, he kind of broke out onto the scene. I'm not sure people anticipated him being in that MVP conversation, but when you look around this roster, there are all pro players at almost every position on both sides. And then the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, what more is to say? The MVP quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Now, don't get me wrong, they have a lot of talent around him. He has his fair share of weapons on both sides. But as the Kansas City Chiefs go, is how Patrick Mahomes go. And he's going to play a big role if they come out with a victory tonight.
And I think a fascinating matchup is Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. When he was with the Giants, he took down the unbeaten Patriots in this building. What's his defense going to do against this unbelievable Philly offense?
Well, I think he might have to dip back into the old bag of tricks. I think he's going to have to change a little bit. The tendencies that we've seen from Kansas City's defense have been very pass heavy. A lot of light boxes, a lot of defensive backs on the field, safeties playing deep. And that served them really well, especially last week in the AFC Championship game. But this is a different animal. This run game, their ability to run, their offensive line, I think he's got to change it up a little bit, because you don't want Philadelphia to have their way with you, especially early with their run game.
I mean, maybe we get a little bit of fireworks. Do you feel like this could be a high-scoring game, don't you?
I think so. If I'm Kansas City, I'm making this a race to 30 points. Make Jalen Hurts and this Philadelphia offense keep up with me. If I'm Andy Reid, I'm throwing early, I'm throwing often. I have the best player in the world, and I'm going to see if Philadelphia can keep up.
Well, the 2 best teams are here, the 2 #1 seeds, the Chiefs and the Eagles. For now, though, why don't we send it over to today's public address announcer, Alan Roach.
Joining us this evening